Hey everybody, welcome back to, you guessed it, ENFP Identity. My name is MauRease, and this week we will be doing a little bit of something different, or as you can say, something special, in comparison to what we usually do, where I post a video every week. I think I owe you guys an apology. I've been posting a couple of weeks, it's been a little bit hectic, but the reason for that is that instead of what I usually do, where I do the one video a week, um, we're actually going to do a 4-part series of videos which will be coming out between today and tomorrow. Um, you'll get 2 videos today, 2 videos tomorrow, and we'll be talking about cognitive functions. That will be the part 1 video, which is this current video right now. Part 2, we will be doing a look into what is called the car model when it has to do with cognitive functions. The 3rd video and 4th video, which you'll be getting tomorrow, are going to be talking about first how the cognitive functions and cognitive stack affects us, particularly as ENFPs. And then second, for tomorrow will be a video talking about specifically what happens when each function begins to break down, or I guess go into a failure. I will be also talking about negative loops and what those are in reference to the cognitive stack and cognitive functions. So I hope you guys enjoy. Again, I said that today we will be focusing on specifically talking about what cognitive functions are, how they relate to us as ENFPs, what it has to do with Myers-Briggs type indicator, different things like that. So I hope you guys enjoy this. Let's get started. Hey guys, so like I said in the intro, today we will be talking about cognitive functions. This subject has really close relation to MBTI, Myers-Briggs type indicator, but takes a more hard psychological approach to things. So what are cognitive functions exactly? So cognitive functions are another way to view our mental processes and actions, but in a more detailed way than MBTI allows us to. By definition, they encompass reasoning, memory, attention, language, and lead to the attainment of information and knowledge. So what exactly does that mean? What it means is that cognitive functions are used to quantify how we experience things, both through our observation and our actions. In total, there are 8 cognitive functions. They're broken down into 4 judging functions and 4 perceiving functions, and these perceiving and judging functions are further broken down or divided between if they are introverted or extroverted. So you hear a lot of the same terminology between MBTI and the cognitive function terminology. However, they have a little bit of a different meaning. So even though they're similar in terminology to Myers-Briggs dichotomies, they don't necessarily mean the same thing, and I'll get into what that means a little bit later. So the perceiving functions, right? They, like I said, there's 4 of them. They describe how we take in and receive information. So your perceiving functions are simply, your environment acting on us and how we, how we take in and receive those and process all of that. And in contrast, the judging functions detail the ways that we make decisions. So this is about how we act on the environment around us. Um, that's really the different. I mean, that's really broken down really simplistically. But like I said, your perceiving functions are about how we take in information, and then your judging functions are about how we act on the environment around us. Um, so no distinction between whether it's introverted or extroverted is related to whether it happens in the mind or outside the mind. So, like I said, the terminology is similar with MBTI and cognitive functions, but they don't necessarily mean the same thing. Um, so, in other words, extroverted means that it happens in the physical world, the world around us, while introverted means that it relates to your thoughts, feelings, ideas, etc. And these are the things that are not bound by what occurs physically. So, the definition of terminology for cognitive functions when it comes to introvert extrovert is introverted being it happens internally inside your mind. It's not perceivable by the senses necessarily, while extroverted is in reference to perceivable by the senses. It happens outside of the body and all of that. um, if you recall, when in relation to MBTI, introverted means that a person gains their energy from spending time alone, while extroverted means that they recharge the batteries through social interaction and being with other people, whether that's one other person or a large group of people. So it's important to remember the distinction between what the terms mean in relation to MBTI and what they mean in relation to cognitive functions, because I don't want anybody to be confused while I'm speaking. So now let's talk about what these cognitive functions are and what they mean. The four cognitive functions, the four judging functions are extroverted thinking, extroverted feeling, introverted thinking, and introverted feeling. And then on the other side, the four perceiving functions include extroverted sensing, extroverted intuition, introverted sensing, and introverted intuition. Today we'll be focusing mainly on the four cognitive functions that ENFP specifically have. I may possibly get into the other four functions from a kind of surface perspective in a later video, but today we'll just be focusing on the four that are related to being an ENFP. So these are introverted intuition, introverted feeling, extroverted intuition, introverted feeling, extroverted thinking, and introverted sensing. Sorry, I said a lot of them, tend to get them jumbled up. I apologize for that. But cognitive functions always seem to fall in that order, alternating between introverted and extroverted functions. That's just how they are. And then the order that they go in denotes their dominance. So for us ENFPs, our primary cognitive function would be extroverted intuition. This is followed by our auxiliary function, the second one, which is introverted feeling, tertiary, which is extroverted thinking, and behind that you have your inferior function, which is introverted sensing. And with all 8 cognitive functions, they have a 2-letter shorthand, which is usually pretty simple to remember because it relates to obviously the terminology. So for us ENFPs, our cognitive functions would be read as NEFITESI, NE extroverted intuition, FI, introverted feeling, TE, extroverted thinking, and SI, introverted sensing. So most times when people talk about the cognitive functions, they refer to it by this shorthand, and from now on, so will we, just to keep things, clear for the most part. You may hear me refer to it as this whole name or the full terminology, but for the most part, you'll probably hear me refer to the different cognitive functions by their two-letter shorthand. Alrighty guys, that was a lot of information that we just unpacked, talking about what cognitive functions are, how they relate to Myers-Briggs type indicator. We talked about a lot of parallels in the terminology and how they don't exactly mean the same thing when referring to cognitive functions and referring to specifically Myers-Briggs type indicator. Hope that was clear to everyone. If not, again, comment down below, email me, send me a direct message if you so choose. The next video, go ahead and click on it. It should already be available. And following that, tomorrow, videos 3 and 4 will be up in relation to cognitive functions and everything like that. Alrighty guys, you have a good morning, evening, afternoon. Comment down below, thumbs up if you did enjoy the video. If not, let me know what I can do better. Again, my Instagram is available. I'm always there to answer any questions, comments, concerns that anyone has. You can tweet me. Those are both ENFP _identity and ENFPMI, respectively, Instagram and Twitter, if you need to get in contact with me. Alright guys, have a wonderful day.